My strategy and my vision for the city of Jerusalem, that it has to stay united. Ideology and practically. First of all, ideology. Jerusalem has Jewish history, 3,500 years. Jews pray for Jerusalem on a daily basis for thousands of years. Since the destruction of Jerusalem 2,000 years ago, it went through numerous conquerors. Nobody's ever declared Jerusalem as their capital. None. Not the Crusaders, the Jordanians, the Turks, the Brits, the Mamluks. None of them has ever declared Jerusalem as their capital. Only the Jewish people. And through those periods of 2,000 years until Jerusalem was reunited, never was Jerusalem open and that people could practice their religion freely the way they can today. Today, the Muslims manage the Muslim sites. Christians manage the Christian sites and Jews the Jewish sites. In fact, the only limited religion in Jerusalem today are Jews that are not allowed by law to pray on Temple Mount. That's the only limitation. Naturally, sometimes if there's tensions, the police limits the age for the Temple Mount to make sure there are no riots. And we just finished the Ramadan holidays, September. Over 200,000 Muslims came freely to practice their faith in the Temple Mount. And in the Jewish holidays, we just had the Feast of Tabernacles and the Sukkot and the other holidays where Jews came to enjoy and Christians came to enjoy Jerusalem in their holidays. This is strategically important for us in the future. And I believe and I know that Jerusalem and Israel has proven, both ideologically and practically, that we can and do maintain freedom of religion. We want to share the wonderful city we have with the world, with the goal of expanding tourism and making sure more and more people can come and go home as ambassadors of peace of the city of Jerusalem. In one of the discussions I had the other day, somebody asked me, well, maybe we could make Jerusalem an international city. And I said, Jerusalem is an international city, like New York and Paris and Rome, where people could come and enjoy from practically any country in the world, to come and enjoy the city and the powers of the city. Another point is that there's not one example in the world, not one, of a split city that ever worked. It's dead on arrival. I come from high tech. No, it will never work. We know that any city that was ever split either is dysfunctional or gets reunited again. Especially the heart and soul of the world. Jerusalem, we have lots of gaps to close. We have lots of development to do for enabling Jerusalem to fulfill its role. And that's my role and our role in Israel and in the government. We're totally committed to do that. And we also know, and I also know, that any other, what people call creative solutions, will not work. Understanding that, these are my marching orders. And I have to say, I'm almost 2 years in office. This November will be 2 years. I'm fortunate that I was able to plan and develop the vision as head of opposition. And as I walked in, we're now in execution mode and in developing those plans. And things are better than I expected. We finished a great summer, huge positive momentum in the city. We broke all records in terms of number of events, and there's a good feeling of change in the air in Jerusalem. And this is not only Jerusalemites' feeling. I think the whole country understands today. We've got lots of attention this summer, and the atmosphere is changing. People are starting to feel more connected to the city. This summer we had over 2.5 times more events than the summer of 2005. We also have some very strong positive momentum on the economy. Just September, first time ever, we increased our budget mid-year because of we have more collection than we expected, and that translates to growing and strengthening economy. The plans that we have in terms of closing gaps are on track. I'm happy with that discussion. progress. I find that I sometimes have to spend more and more time explaining and sharing that vision, and sometimes, if needed, defending the strategy that we have, and I feel very comfortable doing that as well. And that is one of the reasons why I'm here. I'm very optimistic. I believe we can make it happen. It's a lot of bottom-up thinking to a top-down vision. And I'm here to answer your questions. Thank you.